This is a special presentation of Alamogordo Tiger Sports on Southern New Mexico's sports leader, ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Hello and welcome to Belen High School. And they call their gym the Eagles Den. We are happy to have you tuned in wherever you may be listening on whether you're listening to us on the ESPN Alamogordo channel or if you're listening to us on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. That was operator error there, getting disconnected. That was my fault. All right, happy to have you tuned in. We are about 15 minutes away from tip-off. I know we're scheduled for 4 p.m., but it's basketball season. Jay ran a little bit late, as it tends to do, and we'll be starting in just a short while. Both teams are on the floor warming up. Belen directly in front of us on the left side of the floor, and the Tigers to the right. We're not quite at midcourt, just a little bit closer to about the top of the key, looking down. And the gym here is, you've got a walk-around concourse level, and then all the seats are in the bowl below, unlike the Tiger Pit where you've got a lower concourse and the upper level to sit in as well. So just the seats on the bottom. JV was just a winner, won pretty handily, 30-plus points, and looked good doing it as well. I was impressed watching the JV squad, which this is the first game of the Alamogordo Tigers basketball season, and it's going to be a very different look for this Tigers team. Last year, Alamo was just trying to battle through a lot of youth, a lot of sophomores and juniors on the varsity level, and a lot of times they were floating guys in between JV and varsity in a given night just to give the guys that probably necessarily should have been playing JV playing at that level and not all on the varsity side. This year it's going to be less of that. They've got a lot of players to go around, and some talented kids on the JV side that may not be playing as much on the varsity, and that just goes to show you the talent Tigers do have on the varsity end here in 2019, 2020. So there's a lot of excitement around this team for, I think, a group that won 5 games last. It really feels like there's a high level of excitement for what this team could be this season. But obviously, that is all could be. We'll have to wait and see. And this is a good opening season test. This is a Belen program that won a state championship in Class 4A a couple of seasons ago. And I'm trying to remember, that actually I think was still 5A at that point. I think we hadn't condensed the classes yet in that season. So the Tigers were in that same classification that season back in 2018. Last year was the first year back up to what is 5A, the big school class where the Tigers are playing now. But again, a lot of excitement. I was impressed with what I saw in the Black and Gold Mania last Friday night. And it's just a scrimmage, so you get up against a different team. Obviously, it's going to be far different. But I think there's some good talent with this group. A lot of guys that can shoot the ball and do things well offensively, but also are talented on the defensive side as well. So Coach Voigt going into his second year with this program, this is what he's going to have for this Tiger basketball team in 2019-2020. And we're about 10 minutes away from the first tip-off of the 2019-2020 season, and we're going to take a commercial break. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ESPN Alamogordo.
The Winner Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winner Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner Circle. Outfitters are champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Sign up for OFCU's Elite Checking. You'll get an Elite Rate discount of 0.50% off your next loan. Good through October 31st. OFCU's Elite Checking account comes with access to Bazing, an online membership program with local discounts and national retailer deals, roadside assistance, and so much more. Get 3 months free. Try it. You'll like it. Discounted rates is valid for closed-end loans. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Elite Rate discount not valid with any other promotional rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Vision Ford Lincoln is proud to be a supporter of the Alamogordo Tigers. From the classroom to the playing field, we're behind the youth of our community. Check out our amazing deals right now on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Or take a test drive in a brand new Ford Mustang. Stop in today and let our friendly sales team help find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands Boulevard. Yes, we can. And go Tigers!
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Welcome back to Belen High School. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Tip-off is less than 10 minutes away. Tigers coming in to their first game of the season. Belen defeated Sandia Prep earlier this week and are 1-0 on the year. And as I mentioned, a program that won a state title back in 2018. They were I think Belen dropped off there as we're back here at Belen High School. And hopefully we're not going to have too many more connection issues. But we've got, I'm not sure when we dropped off there. I was chatting about the Alamogordo boys basketball team, and we'll fill you in on that stuff as we head throughout the game. Did want to mention state champions for football across the state of New Mexico. Portales got the win over Bloomfield, 23-0. They've won Class 4A. Hope Christian came back to beat Socorro, 34-24. They won Class 3A. Cleveland held off Rio Rancho, 48-40. And Roswell and Los Lunas are still playing. Roswell, 17-12, is leading Los Lunas. Much closer game than last year. I'm happy to see that. All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll be ready for tip-off when we come back on ESPN Alamogordo.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Whether you bath in the bathtub or bath in the sink, soft water's the water your skin wants to drink. See, when you're washing in hard water, skin can dry out more. Soft Culligan water's what your skin's crying out for. A Culligan water softener helps take out the hard stuff, like calcium, magnesium, and other stuff that can make skin rough. Because your skin is important, whether you're a baby or bald. That's why we say get a Culligan water softener installed.
Softener starting at $7.95 plus tax, installed on pre-plumbed homes. Shaw Quality Water Culligan. Call 437-6500.
OFCU is bringing you 7 lucky days of Christmas. Starting December 7th, for 7 days, rates as low as 7% APR. Need some extra Christmas cash or simply consolidate debt? Come in and win with OFCU's Lucky Rates. Consolidation valid for non-OFCU loans only and will be closed in. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. OFCU, 1-800-376-9000. Vision Ford Lincoln is proud to be a supporter of the Alamogordo Tigers. From the classroom to the playing field, we're behind the youth of our community. Check out our amazing deals right now on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Or take a test drive in a brand new Ford Mustang. Stop in today and let our friendly sales team help find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands Boulevard. Yes, we can. And go Tigers!
ESPN Alamo back. The Tigers getting announced as we speak. And getting ready for tonight's matchup, or this evening. I'll go afternoon. It's a little after 4 o'clock as we get ready for this. The Tigers start lineup for tonight. Davian Smith is getting the start for the Tigers. He's a freshman. And number 10, Harlan Gilbert. He's a 5'11 junior. Number 15 is Grayson Guerra, a 5'9 junior. Grayson had some incredible games last season where he would rip off 15, 20 points. He really has a special knack for going out there and scoring for the Tigers. Number 21 is Grayson Kaler. He's a 6'3 senior. And number 24, Yvonne Bernal, is a 6'2 junior for the Tigers. And Bernal is somebody we haven't seen him with the Tigers yet, but he is a talented young man from what I saw in the Black and Gold Mania scrimmage, and I think he'll be somebody for throughout the season. But the most important thing, what Coach Voigt talked about this year is they feel like they're 10-11 deep. They're going to run. They're going to try and outwork the other team and use that depth to their advantage, and they certainly have a lot of depth this season, where you look across this entire roster and any one of these 12 guys that are on this Tiger basketball team can be out on the floor and provide the Tigers the minutes and the things that they need, where it's not maybe if somebody gets in foul trouble, the Tigers are going to be in some serious issues. That doesn't seem to be the case, but I'm sure as the year progresses, we'll get a better feel on what this rotation will look like, and who's going to be the guys that maybe step up biggest for throughout the 2019-2020 season. But it's a talented group overall, and I'm excited to watch how this team has progressed between last year and this year. They played a ton of summer games. They played something around 30 plus summer games this year, and have also been busy in the off season. They, of course, had scrimmages last weekend, got in some work there. So we'll see what happens. Tigers left to right here to start. The Eagles right to left. Tigers are in their road blacks with gold lettering and numerals. The Eagles are in their home whites with maroon lettering and numerals. Tigers says Alamogordo on the front, Belen on the front of the Eagles jerseys. The Eagles, by the way, going with Layson Bland, Brody Vasquez, Jace McNeil, William Chavez, and John Cisneros. It'll be Jaquez and Kaler taking the tip, and a little bit of a false start, so we'll do it again. It's up, and it is controlled by the Eagles. So Belen will bring it into the front court. Again, they're 1-0 in the season. The Tigers, this is their opening game of the 2019-2020 campaign. Ball goes inside quickly, and a quick lay-in by Brody Jaquez. And the Tigers trail 2-0. 7:41 to go in the first quarter as we get underway. Harlan Gilbert bringing the front court, gets a screen from Bernal, dribbles to the right wing, top of the key. They give it off to Guetta, then top of the key, it's Smith with a three that misses. Bernal gets the rebound. He's going to be fouled in the lane, and the Tigers will keep the ball on an inbound underneath the basket. Gilbert will inbound, baseline right of the basket. And we got one of the officials that are going in and talking to, I think, both sides as they were fighting for position. Inbounds goes to Bernal. Bernal catching, easy laying off the basket, or off the glass, I should say. And Bernal ties it up. Tigers running some man-to-man pressure in the backcourt. And coming across the timeline with it is Cisneros. Dribbling to the left of the lane. He keeps his dribble, looks to the baseline, had his pocket picked by Grayson Guetta, and then a battle for the basketball. Goes out of bounds, and the Tigers get it. You can hear the Tiger bench getting fired up for that. Tough inbounds here for Bernal as he has to go from the corner, but no problem as he gets it into Gilbert. And now over to Smith. Now Bernal, then back to Gilbert, and into the front court come the Tigers. Gilbert has it near midcourt. 6:54 to go in the first quarter, and tied at 2. Smith at the right wing, holding on to it, gives it off to the top of the key, then left wing it's Gilbert. He dribbles with it, then sends it top to Smith, who pump fakes, and driving baseline is Taylor. Taylor's going to draw a foul on Jaquez, and that's going to be his second, so Brody Jaquez has 2 quick fouls. The second team foul on the Eagles, and 2 free throws coming up for Grayson Kaler. Just underway, if you're just joining us, we're probably about 15 minutes after scheduled tip-off time. That's not too bad, though, for high school basketball, especially when you run 3 games in on the same floor. First free throw is good for Kaler. Freshman, JV, and varsity all played today. No JV one. Unfortunately, I didn't get here in time for the freshman game. And Kaler will shoot another. It's giving the Tigers a 3-2 lead. Kaler makes both. Checking into the game for Belen was Tanner Flores. He replaced Jaquez, who had picked up 2 fouls. Coming across midcourt with it will be Jace McNabb. He is shadowed by Gilbert. McNabb really getting pressured by Gilbert. Passes it off to the right side. Cisneros with it. Now comes out to the top. This is Chavez. Back to McNabb. McNabb drives the lane. Passes it out. Right wing 3 on the way is good. John Cisneros knocks down the triple from the right wing, and Belen retakes the lead 5-4 with 6:12 to go in the first quarter. Gilbert gives it off to the right wing to Smith. Smith will hesitation move right, then moves left, gets in the lane. Floater on the way, high off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by the Eagles and Bland. Up the floor with it come the Eagles. A hand check foul called on Grayson Guetta as he catches Cisneros on the arm. Inbounds right in front of the scorer's table. First foul called on the Tigers. And the inbounds goes to McNabb. McNabb guarded by Gilbert as he brings it across midcourt. Gets a screen out top. Goes the opposite way of the screen. Dribbles into the lane. And then we've got a foul called, I think, away from the basketball. Nope, they're going to call it on Gilbert. So Gilbert gets called for the foul. That was a problem the Tigers had early last season, was getting in foul trouble early and often. Inbounds, baseline right, and it goes into the corner. Bland will send it out top. McNabb gives it off Cisneros, right wing. Getter on him. Pass goes back out top. And now inside. Working his way, a little spin move. Shot no good. Rebound grabbed by Smith. That was Bland that missed, or I should say Flores that missed on the shot. And Gilbert brings it up to the top of the key for the Tigers. Left wing Kaler. Little ball fake, still keeping his dribble though. Gives it off to Bernal. Bernal puts it on the floor, top of the key. Bernal looking to drive. Bernal is going to be contacted top of the key as Bland, or I should say, Layson Bland reached in. Bland picks up his first, and we get another sub for Belen as they bring in Michael Madrid. Inbounds for the Tigers after Zap. Goes to the corner. Smith put up the shot. He's going to be fouled. He gets caught on the arm by Layson Bland, and he picks up a second foul. No, they called that one on. They called the previous one on Chavez. Bland picks up this one. And it'll be 2 free throws here for Davion Smith, who was in the act of shooting. And Davion puts it up and in. Tigers a perfect 3 of 3 at the line. Gabriel Marquez gets his first minutes as Grayson Guerra will head to the bench. Kaler, Bernal, Marquez, Smith, and Gilbert on the floor for the Tigers. Second free throw is up and in for Davion Smith. The Tigers 4 of 4 at the line here in the first quarter and take the lead 6-5. 5:11 to go in quarter number 1. Inbounds for the Eagles, and Layson Bland gets it into Cisneros. And he's guarded by Marquez. A little bit of pressure. The Tigers are able to steal it away. Adrian Herrera, who just checked into the game, try to pass to Bernal. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay on this end with the Tigers. The Tigers' pressure forces a turnover, and it'll be inbounds right in front of the Belen bench for the Tigers. We are behind the scorer's table and the team benches. So that is the near sideline. And inbounds goes to Gilbert out near the center circle. Under 5 minutes to go first quarter. Tigers leading 6-5. Kaler, little ball fake, drives left the lane, and I believe he's going to travel. Yes, he will. Extra step for Grayson Kaler, and a turnover back to Belen. Inbounds here for Bland, and almost stolen away by Marquez. Cisneros able to rip it away from him, though. Cisneros got away with a little push-off. Now drives the lane, had his shot blocked by Kaler, and gets the ball back inside. Now we've got a tie-up for the basketball as Marquez and Cisneros battling for it. And it'll give it to Tiger basketball. One of the officials came in afterwards. Marquez started clapping his hands. I think he was doing it, directing at the Belen player. He was, I thought, just getting excited, got his teammate right there, and the Belen bench unhappy with a lack of foul calls here early. Herrera top of the key, gives it off to Gilbert in the corner, ball fake, drives, and kicks it back out. Kaler with it, gives it off to Herrera top of the key. Herrera looks to drive. Herrera burrows his way in, can't get the layup to go off the glass, and then a foul going to be called on the rebound. Not sure if it's on Marquez or if it's on Herrera. They'll call it on Marquez, so he'll pick up his first foul. 4:21 to go here in the first quarter. And another steal by the Tigers. Herrera dishes it out to the corner. Marquez going to fire up a three. That's too long. Bernal had a chance at the rebound, but unable to gather it in. Bernal felt like he didn't touch it, but I don't think a Belen player touched it, so would have last gone off of Marquez. Still a 6-5 ball game here in the first quarter, 4:10 to go. And the inbound's coming up for Bland. Gets it off to Cisneros. Cisneros almost fell out of bounds and was able to keep his balance and get it to McNabb. McNabb double team. Back to Cisneros. Cisneros is going to get bumped by Marquez, and Gabe picks up his second. Team foul on the Tigers. Each team sitting on 14 fouls. Inbounds will go to McNabb. McNabb pump fakes top of the key. Then a left corner three is on the way. That's no good. And then we're going to get a foul on the rebound. Clavon Spencer, I think, is going to get it. Spencer just checking into the game. Spencer, Guerra, Herrera, Gilbert, and Bernal on the floor for the Tigers. Already the 5th team foul on Alamogordo. Baseline right of the basket to inbounds, and just barely getting it in front of 5-second call. Tigers wanted a walk on Chavez, but thought he kept his pivot foot. Now top of the key with it, Cisneros trying to break down Guerra, drives right of the lane, gets cut off, and then dishes it inside. Here is a lane attempt that misses for Florida. The Tigers grab the rebound. Guerra, or I should say Gilbert, to the right wing. And he'll dribble back out between the circles. Keeps the ball on the floor with 3:29 to go. Takes over the left wing, gives it out to Bernal, top of the key. Bernal's got some move. If he drives right, he does. And we're going to get a foul call. All right, 2 free throws coming up for Yvonne Bernal. I was waiting to see if they were going to call a charge or Cisneros started to step in and draw the charge, but beforehand, Flores looks like he got his hand on him. Pick up the first foul for him in the 5th team foul. And Bernal go to the line shooting 2 free throws. Bernal hits the first. Tigers 5 of 5 at the line here in the first quarter, 3:21 to go. And a 7-5 advantage for Alamogordo. Sub coming in for the Eagles as Layson Bland comes back in. He'll check in for Tanner Flores. Tigers Bernal, Spencer, Herrera, Gilbert, and Guerra on the floor. A lot of noise, but Bernal calmly knocks down the free throw. And 6 points for him early. And Bernal will come in. Scott Mullen will guard the inbounder. He checks into the game using some of his size, but the inbounds goes to Cisneros as he is guarded by Gilbert. Cisneros tries to dish a pass inside, but has it knocked away. He got to the free throw line and looked for the bounce pass, and nobody was there. The Tigers come away with it. Top of the key, Gilbert. Gilbert, a little hesitation into the lane, kicks it out corner. Herrera fires a three, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Eagles and Layson Bland. Bland is going to get tripped up by Guerra, and Grayson will pick up his second foul. And the 6th team foul. We're going to be in the bonus very quickly on both sides. Both teams are being aggressive, and it's leading to the early foul situation. The refs are, I think, trying to get a little bit of control over it. Davion Smith back into the game as Guerra will have to check out with 2 fouls. But, hey, listen, if you're 10-11 deep, you can avoid that foul trouble, or you can at least take some fouls and not hurt you too badly. Ball goes to the left wing to Tyler Willis, who just checked into the game for Belen. Chavez will send it out top. Cisneros tries to go inside, and Spencer was able to at least knock it away from Bland. Bland tracks down in the corner. A little turnaround as he gets back into the post. Shot no good, but the rebound tips. Cisneros grabs it. He's going to fire a three. Cisneros' shot is no good, but the rebound grabbed by the Eagles. Another shot attempt, and this one is good as Tyler Willis, an easy lay in there. Tigers lead 8-7. In the front court with it comes Gilbert. And he'll dribble back out near midcourt as he looks back to Coach Voigt. Gets a screen from Mullen. Gilbert still with the ball right wing. Gives it off to Smith. Inside they go to Mullen. Mullen's double teamed and has the ball knocked away. Cisneros able to save it and get it to his teammate. And Belen has 3-on-3 the other way. Ball goes out to the corner. Willis fires up a three. That's no good. Rebound grabbed by Mullen. Had it knocked away, but was able to gather it in, and now dishes to Smith, who brings it into front court. Smith almost lost it out of bounds by himself, but gives it off to Gilbert. 1:40 remaining in the first. Mullen top of the key. Gets it inside Herrera. Dishes it out to the corner. Spencer fires up a corner three. No good. Tigers have had no luck from beyond the arc here early. And I think Belen wants to slow it down as they walk it into the front court with 1:22 to go in the first. Cisneros gives it off to Willis to the left wing. Left corner, Layson Bland. Now back out to the left wing. Back to the left corner. Ball knocked away by Herrera in the hands of Madrid. And the ball going inside to Bland. And there's going to be a foul. Called on Adrian Herrera. So a second free throw, or I should say a first free throw up. Nope. Yeah, first free throw up. I was confused there for a second. Anyway, Madrid makes on the first, and we'll get the bonus here. Ties up the game 8-8 with 1:10 to go. Second free throw is good, but Madrid actually stepped across the free throw line, so he's called for a lane violation, and the Tigers will have it with a minute to go in the first and an 8-8 ball game. Bernal dribbles to the right wing, gives it off to Smith. Mullen trying to set up inside. Now here's Herrera, free throw line jumper. He's going to be fouled. And Bland will pick it up. And it'll be two free throws for Adrian Herrera. No, they called it on Tyler Willis. I thought Bland was the guy that was in there, but maybe Willis had reached in at some point, but I'm a little confused on that foul call. Free throw good from Adrian Herrera, puts the Tigers back in front 9-8. 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Grayson Taylor getting ready to come back in for Alamogordo. Herrera makes both. And Clavon Spencer will head to the bench for the Tigers. Taylor, Bernal, Herrera, Smith, and Mullen on the floor for the Tigers. Inbounds goes to Cisneros. Tigers pressuring him. He'll work it off to McNabb. Ball still in the backcourt. And McNabb, he had it nearly knocked away by Smith, but the deflection went right to a Belen player. Now McNabb drives the lane. McNabb all the way to the basket. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. And the Tigers grab the rebound. Bernal into the front court, up the right side. Bernal will give it off to Mullen, top of the key, then right back to Bernal. He dribbles between the circles. Man-to-man defense for Belen. Kaler, right wing. Now Mullen fires up a three. He hits it. Scott Mullen gets the Tigers' first three of the game from the left wing. It's 13-8 with 20 seconds remaining. Tigers keeping up the pressure. Don't want to foul here, though. Inbounds goes to Cisneros. Cisneros gets it ahead, and now they've got numbers. Driving and putting a floater up from just outside the lane. And good is Madrid. Tigers have 2 seconds and one. Bernal puts up the three, high off the glass, no good. And that'll be the end of one. It's the Tigers 13, the Eagles 10. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speeds, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back to Belen High School. The Tigers are leading 13-10 after one quarter. 4 points for Yvonne Bernal, 3 for Scott Mullen, and then 2 points for Grayson Kaler, Adrian Herrera, and Davion Smith. 3 points for Michael Madrid and John Cisneros. 2 points apiece for Brody Jaquez and Tyler Willis for the Eagles. Thanks for listening here on 103.7 FM or the ESPN Alamogordo YouTube channel. Happy to have you tuned in. Ball over to the right corner. 3 on the way from Madrid. No good. Rebound grabbed by Mullen. Dish to Herrera. And the Tigers quickly come into the front court. Herrera keeping his dribble. Hands it off to Bernal. And Coach Voigt yelling out a play from the sideline. Herrera at the top of the key. Gives it off to Bernal, left wing. Bernal top of the key. Bernal looks to drive in the lane. Fakes the pass. Gets to the basket and lays it in. Good smart move from Yvonne Bernal, as the lane opened up for him and kind of forced the defender to go out towards the man in the corner, gave him some room, and he laid it up and in. Ball over in the right corner, looking to drive, and going up underneath the basket, throwing it off the bottom of the backboard is Cisneros. Tigers quickly going to the front court. Herrera is going to try to save this and throws it right to a Belen player, just looking for a little bit too much there for the Tigers there. Coming into the court with it, McNabb was trying to draw a foul on Herrera. He's slowed up and is going to try to get him to run over him. It's a smart basketball move. Driving to the basket in the lane and hanging, just rolls out though. Ball goes out of bounds, last off of Belen as Madrid knocked it out of Mullen's hands. 6:46 to go in the second quarter, and it's the Tigers 15 and the Eagles 10. Mullen, Gilbert, Smith, Bernal, and Kaler on the floor. Man-to-man pressure. Now they trap. They give it off to Bernal. Tigers still in the backcourt, looking for some help here. And the ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. And looks like the officials are going to say that Coach Voigt had a timeout previous to the ball being knocked out of bounds. The Tigers are going to get a 30-second timeout as the official nearest to the ball obviously wasn't paying attention to Coach Voigt. He was looking at what was going on in the play. And the official at the near sideline saw that Coach Voigt had called the timeout. So the Tigers catch a little bit of a break there on a play that was going to be a turnover for them. And they'll keep the basketball here with 6:38 to go in the second. Tigers' first timeout. And they're already out of the huddle here. So it'll be Mullen to inbounds. Bernal, Kaler, Smith, and Gilbert. And it looks like Belen not going to pressure this time, as the inbounds is in the hands of Gilbert, and he'll bring it across the timeline. Tigers with a 5-point lead. They'll trap it, court. Gilbert in some trouble, able to get out of it. Now, not before he travels. Now on Harlan, nobody came over to try and help Harlan and give him an outlet to give the basketball to, and he had nearly stepped through the pressure, but he lost his pivot foot. The two guys had come up, and he had snuck through a little hole between the two players, but he couldn't keep the pivot foot and gets called for the traveling violation. So the Eagles do get their turnover that they thought they should have got on that last play. Willis at the right wing, dishes off top of the key. Layson Bland with it. Bland dribbles. Nearly drags his pivot foot, and then the pass goes to McNabb, and McNabb has it go off his leg out of bounds. Tell you what, all game long, the Belen coach has been on the officials. Tigers have been aggressive. And that's, with a Tiger team like that, you're probably going to see that a lot of the season. Mullen top of the key, dishes off to Smith. Smith finds Gilbert in the right corner. Ball fake from Gilbert, but he is going to travel. Harlan did a little crow hop as he ball faked right and then dribbled left and gets called for the traveling violation. 5:57 to go in the second. The Tigers leading 15-10. And the inbounds going to Cisneros. Cisneros able to split a double team. Now the Eagles with some numbers. Cisneros drives and loses the handle as he goes up with it. And now it's Kaler racing the other way. Kaler all the way to the rim, lays it up and in. Grayson Kaler goes coast to coast and gives the Tigers a 17-10 lead. 5:38 to go in the second. Tigers pressuring backcourt. Cisneros able to send it over to the far sideline to Madrid. Madrid will get it off to Bland, and then a blocking foul called on Davion Smith. And Smith, I guess, didn't get set in time. Looked like he was in the spot, but the Tigers don't get the call. And they're going to count the bucket as well. The lane is good for Layson Bland and a chance at a three-point play. 5:28 to go in the second. The Eagles cut the Tiger lead to 17-12. Sub for the Eagles, William Chavez comes back in. It'll be Willis coming out. Smith gets called for his first. And the 8th team foul on Alamo. Free throw is good. Tell you what, Belen could have got called for a lane violation. Cisneros was in there quickly and throwing body contact. Tigers get it in the front court past the pressure. Smith will give it off to Gilbert. And Gilbert now directing traffic with 5:15 remaining. Gilbert gets a screen from Bernal. And the ball is going to go off the foot of the Eagle player, Cisneros, out of bounds. And it's definitely been a kind of a chippy game. Seems like a fair amount of talking. The officials two at the top had to go in and talk to the guys. And pass from Kaler deflecting out of bounds last off a Belen player. The Eagles fans are not happy, but it's the right call. It went off the foot of Willis. And then a technical foul is going to be called on the Belen bench, I think. I think one of the officials is just has been real tired of hearing about it. And we're still waiting to shoot free throws here. And I think more than anything, they've been tired of the talking has been going on the entire game from the Belen bench. And the first free throw rattles home for Bernal, who now has 7. I tell you what, the Belen coach needs to be careful. He's still being very vocal to one of the officials. And I don't know if this is going to finish anytime soon here. Inbounds goes to Gilbert. And the Tigers could be doing their share of talking as well. It feels like it's been from both ends here, but you can definitely feel it in this game. 19-13, second quarter. Here's Bernal driving, getting to the basket, couldn't finish, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Good hard inside basketball from Yvonne Bernal, and the Tigers' lead is out to 8, 21-13. Cisneros gets it in the front court. Cisneros dribbling near the far sideline and passes it off. Oh, and this one's going to go into the backcourt. It will be a backcourt for Chavez, who I think he was trying to dribble it behind his back as he caught it. And when he did so, it went off the back of his leg and into the backcourt. The Tigers will have the basketball with Adrian to inbound. Herrera will give it off to Gilbert. And Harlan will walk it across the timeline. 4:25 remaining in the second. Tigers with their biggest lead. It's an 8-point lead. And then a turnover by Alamogordo. Cisneros came flashing in and actually went past Mullen, but the disruption, I think, caused the ball to get away from Scott and out of bounds, and Mullen will come out. Spencer will come in. McNabb, guarded by Gilbert in the backcourt. McNabb near the timeline. Gilbert with some good tough defense. McNabb then passed it off to Bland, and Bland had it go off his leg out of bounds. And then a timeout going to be called by the Belen coach. And the Belen coach unhappy with pointing in the Alamogordo direction for some reason. It's a full timeout. I'm not sure. I think he was pointing at the Alamogordo fans, and they weren't doing anything other than cheering in that. So I'm not sure what exactly the problem was there, unless there was the Tiger bench getting up after the play. That definitely could be the case. But we're going to keep it here. 4:07 to go here in the second quarter. It's Alamogordo 21, Belen 13. Ivan Bernal with an excellent first half. He's got 10. 4 points from Grayson Kaler. Scott Mullins got 3. 2 points for Davion Smith and Adrian Herrera. On the Belen side, 3 points for Layson Bland and Michael Madrid and John Cisneros. Brody Vasquez, or Jaquez, I'm going to get that wrong, all game long, guaranteed. And Tyler Willis, each with 2 points. As the Tigers still talking over with Coach Voigt. The Belen players have already gone back onto the floor. It'll be Kaler, Herrera, Spencer, Gilbert, and Bernal. And the Tigers will inbound with Claybon Spencer right in front of their bench. Inbounds will go to Gilbert, who looks over to Coach Voigt. I think it will be big for the Tigers here to have a good composed possession. Try and get some points off the turnover. Right wing, here's Herrera. He's going to be double teamed. Gives it off to Kaler. He's double teamed. Kaler tried to feed a pass inside to Spencer, but it's stolen away. And here comes Belen the other direction. Ball at the right wing. Little ball fake and a drive. Kick back out. Here's Cisneros. Cisneros pump fakes, gets a Tiger player up in the air, then goes under him and lays it up and in. John Cisneros with 5. Tigers lead is down to 6, 21-15, 3:27 to go in the second quarter. The ball goes to Spencer. Now Gilbert, left wing. McNabb close on him. Gilbert looking to drive. Gilbert all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. It's going to be a foul before the shot, and 1 and 1 here for Harlan Gilbert, though. Foul called on Jace McNabb, his first. Both on 8 team fouls. Harlan makes the front end, and they'll get the bonus. Tigers have been great at the free throw line here in this first half. 9 of 9. That's the difference in the game right now. And Harlan will make both. 10 of 10 from the stripe for the Tigers. And it's an 8-point lead with 3:18 to go in the second. Tigers with a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Cisneros, long throw up ahead to Willis. Then to McNabb, back to Willis. Shot no good. Rebound, batted around and saved on the opposite side by McNabb. McNabb driving into the lane. Pump fake. Shot goes up, back of the rim, bounces around. Spencer grabs it. He's pressured quickly, gives it off to Gilbert. Gilbert pushing up the floor across the timeline. Gilbert over to the corner to Herrera. Little jab step and passes it back out. Gilbert on the floor, top of the key. Picks it up, gives it off to Kaler. Kaler drives the baseline. Now bounce pass inside Bernal. Bernal, little move there, and yeah, there was a foul right off the bat from Cisneros. But Cisneros claiming that Bernal threw out his elbow on the play. I couldn't see Bernal's elbow. He was shielded by the body of Cisneros inside. First for Cisneros, and the 19th foul on Belen. So Bernal will shoot 2 free throws here. And Yvonne knocks in another one, 5 of 5 at the line. Tigers extend their lead to 10 with the second free throw. Bernal himself 6 of 6 at the stripe and has 8 points in the quarter, 12 for the game. Driving and almost losing the handle on it was Bland. Bland, though, with a nice dish as he gets it to Madrid, and Madrid lays it up and in. Back to an 8-point lead for the Tigers, 2:25 to go in the second. And Bernal will bring it across the top. Has it top of the key. Kaler left wing. Man-to-man defense for the Eagles. Not trapping on this possession. Kaler had the ball batted away, but gets it back. That, I think, was a double dribble, but didn't get called. The layup is no good from Kaler, and then coming along the baseline, trying to work his way around one of the Tiger players and getting tripped up was McNabb. And when he tried to get the basketball back, he was laying on the floor and his foot was on the sideline. 2 minutes remaining in the second. The Tigers in front 25-17. Kaler top of the key, or I should say Clavon Spencer top of the key. Now it's Kaler. Kaler going to fire up a three. Kaler's going to hit it. Grayson Kaler with a three. 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game for Grayson, and the Tigers' lead is 11, their biggest of the night. 1:45 fighting in the second. Ball comes in the front court. Boy, Madrid nearly clobbered Kaler with an elbow, missed him by inches. Now it's Cisneros. Cisneros trying to dribble past Herrera, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. The Tigers will get it back and have the ball with 95 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Inbounds goes Gilbert, now to Herrera. 2-2-1, well, long, bad pass from Herrera. He was trying to find Kaler in the far corner. It was a 2-2-1 press from Belen, and the Tigers turn it over. Not what they wanted in that spot. 1:25 remaining. Gilbert checking Willis as they'll bring it into the front court for the Eagles. Gilbert almost tipped it away. Gives it off to McNabb, who comes across the McNabb left wing. Bernal swiping at it. Now a right wing three, no good. Rebound is tipped and grabbed by the Tigers. Gilbert's got it. And Gilbert will slow up, let the defense go ahead, and he'll bring it across the timeline. 60 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Tigers up by 11. Herrera dribbles to the top of the key. Now driving left the lane. Herrera into the lane. Couldn't get it to finish. The Kaler battling for the rebound inside. Ball's going to go out of bounds last off of Belen. And just got a little bit of extra battle for the basketball from Kaler. Gives it back to Alamogordo as the Eagles weren't able to gather it in. Inbounds goes to Kaler, right corner. Now Herrera top of the key. Pass to Gilbert left wing, and now Bernal left wing extended. Top of the key extended. He dribbles two. Gives it to Spencer at the free throw line. Spencer nearly had it knocked away, able to gather it in. Bernal going to fire a three. That's no good. Tip in was tried by Herrera. He just mistimed his jump, and the rebound will be grabbed by Cisneros for the Eagles. Cisneros, a nice crossover move as he gets into the front court, and then a swipe of the jersey. Then they called the technical foul on Adrian Herrera because he was clapping after the play. .25 seconds remaining and two technical free throws coming up here for John Cisneros. And he's going to miss on the first. By the way, third on Adrian Herrera after he picked up that technical because he picked up the foul on the swipe and then second free throw rattles out. Okay, now I know. I was thinking, wait a second here. Had a different man at the free throw line there for a second. So Madrid was taking the technical fouls. He goes 1 of 2. It was a 1-and-1 for John Cisneros because he was the man that was fouled. So there were 4 free throws, and it's possession to Belen. I was like, why is there a different player at the line? That had me confused. All right, top of the key with it, and losing the handle is McNabb. McNabb will give it off to Madrid. Madrid looking for Cisneros, and Bernal is going to step in and steal it away. All the way to the basket. Finger roll in. Yvonne Bernal having an incredible second quarter. The Tigers leads back to 12. Ball knocked out of bounds. Bernal got a hand on it. With 5 seconds left, it'll stay with Belen, I believe. It is. And they'll inbound it at the near sideline. Bounce goes to McNabb. McNabb across free throw line. Tigers don't want to foul. Three went way too early, it felt like. And the Tigers will go to the locker room in front 30-18. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
Fall is here and winter is creeping up on us fast. This is Brandon with Desert Sun Toyota, and the prices are falling on all new 2019s in stock. I invite you down to Desert Sun Toyota today. Take advantage of some of the biggest savings of the year, like the new 2019 Camrys with $2,500 cash back, or the new 2019 4Runners with $1,250 cash back, or payments as low as $349 a month. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, come see why Toyota is ranked #1 in retail sales in the U.S. Desert Sun Toyota's Used Car Supercenter is expanding with our new value-priced vehicle lineup, like a 2010 Buick Enclave SUV priced at only $7,400. If you're in the market for a truck, SUV, or car, Desert Sun Toyota has what you're looking for. Our staff is here with experience, knowledge, and the best customer service to make your vehicle purchase the best. Come see why Desert Sun is voted #1 auto dealer in Otero County year after year. Visit us at DesertSunToyota.com for 3333 North White Sands Boulevard.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. The Tigers are in front 30-18 at halftime on the strength of Yvonne Bernal in that second quarter. And let's just say for the entire game, 14 points, had 10 of those in the second quarter and really catalyzed it for the Tigers in that quarter. 7 points for Grayson Kaler, 3 points for Scott Mullen, 2 points apiece for Adrian Herrera, Harlan Gilbert, Davion Smith. And I think the biggest stat for the Tigers, they are perfect at the free line. They are 14 of 42, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of 14 at the line. That's the difference in the game. And you're shooting that well from the free throw line. That's really made a big difference for the Tigers, and that they got to the stripe, and they've been able to convert from the stripe as well. So that's good stuff from Alamogordo. And I know Coach Voigt has got to be very happy when you get those opportunities, nobody in your face to knock down a shot like that, able to finish it up. For Belen, Michael Madrid has 6, John Cisneros has 5, 3 points for Layson Bland, Tyler Willis 2, and Brody Jaquez has 2. It's been a chippy first half. For two teams, I wouldn't say there's any kind of rivalry, but the intensity has been high. The Tigers have brought a very high intensity, and I think probably a little bit of talking that was going on. We had the Belen coach was not happy with the lack of foul calls the entire first half. He picked up a technical foul. One of the Tiger players was clapping after a foul call. He got a technical, so both teams have picked up a technical foul in the first half. And I'm sure both coaches are probably saying, hey, we need to settle down a little bit and not let those things affect what we're doing in the game. I mean, that's a big, you want to have that intensity, you want to have the pressure, you want to have the things that you're doing well, but you also don't want to pick up silly technical fouls, and I would say the one that Alamogordo got was a silly technical foul. I think for the Belen coach, he was on the refs on pretty much every possession, and I think one of them was just like, okay, we got to slow this down a little bit, which is to the technical. So, just kind of depends on what officiating crew that you get. Some of them will let you talk and argue calls, and some will get tired of it very quickly. And obviously, one of the officials here was on that end of the spectrum. But overall, if you're a Tiger fan, got to be happy with what you saw in the first half. Really good intensity, smart moves with the basketball. A few too many turnovers for the Tigers, but they've also forced a lot of turnovers on the Belen side and have been solid defensively across the board. Belen's also had some bad breaks. They've had some easy lay-ins that just bounced off, and probably this game could be 4 or 6 point game instead of that, but it ends up being a 12-point game for the Tigers leading. At the end of the first quarter, back in the Tiger pit, it's the Alamogordo girls 20 and the Belen girls 13. We'll hopefully I don't know if we'll have a final score by the time we get out of here, but we'll definitely post it up on the ESPN Alamogordo Facebook page. If you don't already like us over there, please do so. You can also check us out on Twitter at Charles Winicky, or just search ESPN Alamogordo. Halftime score, it's Alamogordo 30, Belen 18, and we'll come back right after this.
When you think of all the things water wets, how clean your water is as important as it gets. A Culligan water system can help filter stuff out. So cleaner Culligan water is what comes out the spout. Into the pots you boil peas in, the teacup you're teasing, the lemonade you homemade when it's homemade lemonade season, the soup you serve guests, the bowls for your pets, and all the other wonderful things water wets. You could give your people Culligan water.
Softener starting at $7.95 plus tax installed on pre-plumbed homes. Shaw Quality Water Culligan. Call 437-6500.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle. Outfitters of champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. OFCU is bringing you 7 lucky days of Christmas. Starting December 7th, for 7 days, rates as low as 7% APR. Need some extra Christmas cash or simply consolidate debt? Come in and win with OFCU's Lucky Rates. Consolidation valid for non-OFCU loans only and will be closed in. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. OFCU, 1-800-376-9000. Vision Ford Lincoln is proud to be a supporter of the Alamogordo Tigers. From the classroom to the playing field, we're behind the youth of our community. Check out our amazing deals right now on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Or take a test drive in a brand new Ford Mustang. Stop in today and let our friendly sales team help find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands Boulevard. Yes, we can. And go Tigers!
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Got about 3 minutes until we get to the second half of play. Again, congratulations going out to the football state champions across the state. Cleveland beat Rio Rancho 48-40. The Portales Rams beat Bloomfield in Class 4A 23-0. And the Hope Christian Huskies came back and won their first state championship, got the win over Socorro on the road. So pretty impressive stuff there. And I wanted to see if we got a final score from the Roswell. Roswell did win. So Roswell 25-19 gets the victory over the Los Lunas Tigers. Fortunately, Los Lunas in their third state title game unable to get the state championship there. But program has been back-to-back years in the state championship. Same for Roswell, but Roswell holds on to finish off an undefeated season. So congrats to those guys. We wanted to mention that. Unfortunately, we didn't have any area teams in the state championship games. Came darn close with Tularosa, who lost to Socorro in the semifinal last week. But we're officially on to basketball season, and swimming and wrestling and throw in cheer in there as well. They're doing a lot of their competition stuff right now, as well as they get, I should say, exhibitions and then competition season, kind of more in the spring year, but they're going to be working on that. But we're officially done with the fall sports season today, with those 4 blue trophies being handed out in Rio Rancho, Socorro, Bloomfield, and just up the road here in Los Lunas. All right, we got a little bit of time to fit in one more break. We want to hear from our sponsors one more time before we get to the second half. It's Alamogordo 30, Belen 18, and you're listening to Tiger Basketball.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. The Tigers got a couple of chances in close. It was Grayson Kaler first, and then a tip-in attempt by Davion Smith, and then it was a tie-up underneath between Smith and Kaler. Possession arrow gives it to Belen. Gilbert's on McNabb in the backcourt. Able to get it across the timeline with Gilbert still close on him. Picks up his dribble, gives it off to the right wing. Chavez, then back to McNabb. Man-to-man for the Tigers. Guerra's back on the floor. Guerra, Bernal, Gilbert, Kaler, and Smith. Ball goes inside and backing his way into the basket and getting the lay-in to fall is Brody Jaquez, who got into early foul trouble. And the Tigers lead 30-20 with 7:11 remaining. Gilbert looks to the Tiger bench. Works it around the horn. Smith. Now Gilbert back to Davion, who pump fakes. Back to Harlan. Zone defense here. Belen, first time we've seen that. Tigers go inside Bernal. Bernal, a little up and under move. Gets in the lane. Can't get it to go. Guerra gets the rebound. Goes up with the shot, and we'll get a foul called on Belen. They'll call it on Cisneros as he picks up his second and the first team foul of the second half. And Guerra will roll in the free throw, which has been the strong point of this Tiger game. And we're going to get a timeout called in between free throws here as it'll be a full timeout. Full timeout on the floor. 6:48 to go in the third. It's Alamogordo 31, Belen 20, and we'll take a break.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Whether you bath in the bathtub or bath in the sink, soft water's the water your skin wants to drink. See, when you're washing in hard water, skin can dry out more. Soft Culligan water's what your skin's crying out for. A Culligan water softener helps take out the hard stuff, like calcium, magnesium, and other stuff that can make skin rough. Because your skin is important, whether you're a baby or bald. That's why we say get a Culligan water softener installed.
Softener starting at $7.95 plus tax installed on pre-plumbed homes. Shaw Quality Water Culligan. Call 437-6500.
Second free throw is good for Guerra. The Tigers remain perfect at the line. 16 of 16 in this ballgame. Tigers lead by 12, 32-20. By the way, we switched sides. Belen going left to right, and the Tigers going right to left. Ball goes inside, and Bernal nearly swept in there and stole the ball away. Now a second shot up by Jaquez. The first one was the second one. The Tigers fouled him, and they'll call Ivan Bernal on the foul, his first, and the first team foul on the Tigers, with Jaquez to the line for 2. He's got 4 points, and he'll make the first. Kaler comes out, and Spencer comes in. So Spencer, Smith, Gilbert, Guerra, and Bernal on the floor for the Tigers. Second free throw up, back of the rim, no good. Smith skies for the rebound, and the Tigers will give it off to Gilbert and bring it into the front court up the near sideline. Gilbert looking towards Coach Voigt, gives it off to Guerra in the left corner. Back to a box and one or just man-to-man, because real defense on Bernal on the inside. Ball goes to Guerra. They're trying to get it inside to Bernal, but have been able to find him. Bernal, try to dish to get. They gave it to Bernal at the left wing, and Guerra, instead of moving towards the basket, was retreating out towards the three-point line, and just a miscommunication there for the Tigers. 32-21, 6:06 to go in the third, and Cisneros will bring it up the far sideline for the Eagles. Guarded by Guerra. Comes to the top of the key, gives it off to McNabb, right wing. McNabb directing traffic, goes to his right and then back to his left, picks up his dribble, trying to go inside, and there's going to be a hold on Gilbert. He was trying to guard the big guy, Jaquez, inside, but that was not an easy task for Jaquez against Gilbert, who's not small. I mean, he's 5'11", but that's still giving up some size on the inside. Tigers don't have a lot of size. And then a foul going to be called on the Eagles. Looked like maybe an elbow that was raised by Jaquez, and he picks up his third. It was the official on the far sideline that called that. A little less physical here so far to begin the second half, but we're only a minute or 2 minutes or so in. Ball to Guerra. Guerra, a little up and under move, goes off the glass, no good. Grayson now battling for the ball on the floor. We got a tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it here with Alamogordo. All right, so they finally they hadn't called the jump ball yet, but now they do. And the Tigers inbounds goes to Smith, fires off a three, no good. Tigers have, with the exception of one from Scott Mullen and one from Yvonne Bernal, have not been great from beyond the arc in this game. And speaking of Mullen, he's getting ready to check into the game. McNabb trying to clear out some space on Gilbert. Now driving baseline, kicking it out. Cisneros gets an open look at three. He hits it. So John Cisneros knocks down the three, and the Tigers a 32-24 lead. So it was a 12-point lead down to an 8-point lead, and Coach Voigt's going to talk things over with his team here with 5:01 to go in the third. Try to send the Tide, see if they can get a good possession here coming up. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Eagles, I guess that's where the Tigers 6-2, but have looked a little bit stronger on the offensive side. Tigers haven't had, I don't know, they've had a couple of close-in shots that they haven't hit. So they've been able to get some decent looks, but just haven't been able to put it in. Mullen, Spencer, Guerra, Gilbert, and Bernal. Bernal will inbound on the backcourt on the far sideline. And the Eagles looking to pressure here on the inbounds, or at least token pressure, and that's all it is, as Gilbert will get it and be able to comfortably bring it in the front court. Now they're going to try to trap. Gilbert able to get it to Mullen. Now bounce pass inside to Spencer from Guerra, and the Tigers lay it up and in. Real close to 10 seconds on Gilbert as they rushed on the double team, but the Tigers handled it well. Eagles nearly turned it over, bringing it in the front court, driving and getting to the basket, and an offensive foul going to be called on the Eagles, is setting up inside and drawing the charge with Spencer. So Spencer gets the bucket on one end and draws the charge on the other side, and it'll be the second foul on Layson Bland. Inbounds goes to Guerra. Bounce pass up ahead to Spencer. Spencer's going to go ahead and lay it up and in. He had it just roll out. The ball's going to get knocked out of bounds last off Belen, but that was a gimme there for Clavon. I think part of it was Jaquez was trying to draw the charge, and he tried to work his way around the contact and may have got him unsettled as he went in for the lay-in. Inbounds goes to Bernal in the corner. Bernal trying to post his way in. Bernal. They're going to call for a double dribble. So maybe when Bernal, he was backing in one direction, he kind of switched to the other. I guess the official felt like he palmed it or held it enough to where it necessitated a double dribble. Tigers lead is still 10, 34-24, 4:15 to go in the third. Coming across midcourt is McNabb. Now a three on the way is no good. Rebound inside, pulled by the Eagles. Layup attempt no good, and Mullen rips away the rebound after the miss from Madrid. Up the near sideline with it comes Guerra. He pauses, gives it off to Gilbert. Gilbert, a little hesitation, back to Guerra in the left corner. Grayson looking to drive. And nice crossover move in the corner. Gets his defender away from him. He'll still send it back out to Gilbert. Bernal setting a screen. Gilbert able to work around it. Gilbert races to the basket, lays it in. And they're going to count the basket and call a foul on McNabb. And Harlan Gilbert will get a chance at a three-point play. The official was pointing, but it was actually him counting the bucket. I thought he was calling an offensive foul. Like, that would have been crazy. So McNabb picks up his second, fourth team out on Belen. Tigers lead back out to 12, 36-24. Harlan with 4. And he'll try to make it 5, finishing off the three-point play. And he does. Tigers reign 100% at the free throw line and lead by 13. And the ball tipped by Mullen on the inbounds. Gilbert grabs it, lays it up and in. 5 quick points from Harlan Gilbert, and the Tigers lead is out to 15. And a long pass almost thrown away by the Tigers, but it's going to lead to numbers the other way. Tigers were looking for a travel, but they don't get it. The shot is no good inside from Dalton Land. Now we've got contact inside, and a foul going to be called on Herrera. He's going to pick up his 4th. It looks like Bernal will come in. First free throw is good from Madrid. Herrera will cut out of the game. Tigers lead at 14. Bernal, Marquez, Mullen, Spencer, and Gilbert. Another free throw for Michael Madrid. He'll get that one front rim glass and in. Madrid's got 8 for the Eagles. The Tigers lead is 13, 39-26. Quickly in the front court. Mullen pump fakes, then gets his man to go by him, and he takes the 2 and hits it from about 16 feet out. Scott Mullen with a nice move to create some space. Tigers pressuring. Ball coming to the front court, and Bernal is going to draw the tie-up. And it'll be possession arrow staying with Belen. And then a timeout called by Belen. Tigers lead by 15, 41-26. 3:09 to go in the third after the Eagles scored 6 of the first 8 points in the quarter. The Tigers have outscored the Eagles 9-2. We'll take a break and come right back.
OFCU is bringing you 7 lucky days of Christmas. Starting December 7th, for 7 days, rates as low as 7% APR. Need some extra Christmas cash or simply consolidate debt? Come in and win with OFCU's Lucky Rates. Consolidation valid for non-OFCU loans only and will be closed in. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. OFCU, 1-800-376-9000.
3:09 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers 41 and the Eagles 26. Inbounds, and Marquez almost able to get away from Cisneros, but Cisneros holding it out between the circles. Marquez sticking with him. Now Chavez gets it in the right corner. Ball almost tipped by Bernal. Driving Madrid. Madrid puts up the shot, and they're going to count it. Now, I think Gabriel Marquez thought he had picked up the charge, but the foul is going to be called on Harlan Gilbert. It was before Gilbert had caught Madrid on the arm before Marquez had drawn the contact inside. And the free throw good for Madrid. Madrid keeping his team in it here in the quarter. He's got 5, 11 for the game. And the Tiger lead is down to 41-29. 2:57 to go in the third quarter. And it'll be Gilbert ringing into the front court for the Tigers. Gilbert, Bernal, Spencer, Marquez, and Mullen. They give it to Spencer in the left corner. Clavon, good pass to Marquez, driving right to the lane, goes high off the glass, shot no good. Rebound by Madrid. Tough shot for Gabriel. It was a good pass inside, but he didn't really have the look. And now here's Cisneros trying to break down Marquez, and then a foul going to be called on Marquez. As he didn't get to the spot in time. Third on Gabriel, 15 foul on Alamogordo. And the inbounds going to go out of bounds last off of Clavon Spencer. He got a hand on, looked like it was nearly off of Jaquez. Inbound near sideline for the Eagles and Madrid. Bernal guarding the inbounds. It goes to McNabb. Guarded by Gilbert. Ball at the near sideline. Cisneros gets a screen. A little hesitation drive. Spin move in the lane, but it gets cut off. Nice dish. Shot going to be blocked. Had their back in by Madrid. Madrid, second chance is going to be a foul on Bernal, and 2 free throws coming up for Madrid. Now the first one wasn't even really a block. Bernal just stripped it away as the player was going up. Second one looked like he caught him across the arms on the foul. And 2 free throws coming up as Bernal picks up his second. Madrid has spent a lot of time at the line and is a perfect 4-4 in the quarter. Cuts it to a 41-30 game with 2:16 to go in the third. Just like the first quarter, the third quarter has seen a lot of fouls. I think it's been called pretty evenly. We're going to get a lane violation on Belen. And so the free throw, which was good, ends up getting wiped out. 2:16 to go in the third. Tigers get the inbounds. And the Eagles have battled back a little bit, scored 4 straight points. Tigers lead down to 11. Left wing, it's Spencer. Spencer, almost a bad pass there, but Bernal was able to reel it in. Bernal looking to drive. Bernal in lane. Bernal is going to be bumped, and he's going to be helped up by Marquez and Gilbert as he'll head to the free throw line, I believe. They call the foul on Cisneros as he picks up his third. And Yvonne Bernal, 14 points. It's on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. They've been very tight on him defensively. And Bernal front rim, back rim, and rolls it in. Two minutes remaining, third quarter. Still a ton of time left in this game. And the Tigers lead by 12. It's been hovering around there most of the second half. The Eagles did take it down to 8 at one point early. And Bernal makes both. 16 points for Yvonne Bernal. 43-30, the Tigers in front. 1:58 to go in the third quarter. Tigers double teaming in the backcourt. Madrid will give it off to McNabb. McNabb goes to the middle of the floor. Willis going to get an open look in the corner for three. Misses it front rim. Bernal grabs the rebound. Bernal pushes up the floor. Gives it off to Marquez. Marquez looks to drive to the basket. Bernal gets into the lane and is going to be fouled by Willis. And Gabriel Marquez, I believe, will go to the line here. And he will. So Gabriel Marquez will shoot 2, and the second foul called on Tyler Willis. A lot to be said about the Tigers' game plan in attacking the basket and drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. And Marquez hits his first points of the night. Spencer comes out. Mullen is in. Mullen, Bernal, Kaler, Marquez, and Gilbert. And we'll see Guerra come in for Bernal. And he gets a hearty cheer from the Tiger JV and freshman guys. Tigers push the lead out to 15. 45-30. In the backcourt with it, McNabb loses his footing, somehow kept the possession, and able to work it into the front court, gives it to Bland. Real good composure there, and then a carry going to be called on Layson Bland. As he had slowed up, they call a palm. And with 1:29 to go to the third, the Tigers get it back, up by 15. And Harlan will walk it across the timeline. They'll double team Harlan. They'll give it to Mullen. Mullen dishes out to the corner. Taylor pump fakes on a three and travels. I think Grayson, there was a little bit of hesitation, probably should have gone for the three in that spot, but then started to drive and got caught in between two players, and when he went for the spin move, he took an extra step. 1:12 to go in the third, and the Tigers are up by 15. Then Gabriel Marquez just runs through one of the Eagles players, and it'll be a 1-and-1 on this side as William Chavez went for the basketball, and Gabe tried to jump in there and steal it away, but way too much contact, and he'll pick fourth, and we'll see Jeremiah Vigil come into the game. Now he'll come in for Harlan Gilbert, and then Davion Smith, I think, will come in for Gabriel Marquez. Tigers have 4 fouls on Marquez and Herrera in this game. And the Tigers definitely needing their depth here, as we've had a lot of fouls called in this game, and I really don't feel like the Tigers have been on the bad end here. Free throw no good, and the rebound pulled in by the Tigers and Grayson Kaler. Vigil will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. I think that may be the first rest that Harlan Gilbert has had in this game. Left wing, give it to Guetta. Grayson dribbling out between the circles. Give it off to Vigil, right wing. Kaler top of the key. He pump fakes, drives left of the lane, and travels again. Just a little unsure on what he's doing. I think he tried to stop as one of the Belen defenders came in to draw a charge, and he shuffled his feet as he picked up his dribble. 48 seconds remaining. The Tigers still in front by 15. Both teams turnovers on each end. Well, front end 1-and-1 miss for the Eagles on their last possession. And bringing the front court is Cisneros at the right corner. Cisneros had the ball tipped away by Guetta. Now trying to drive baseline. Bounce pass to the opposite side. There was a travel for Belen, but the shot no good. Corner three, and then we've got a foul called on the Tigers, I think. Who did they call that foul on? They called it on Vigil. It should be on 12. They put it up as 1 on the scoreboard, but it should be 12. 1-and-1 here. And Cisneros misses, and Guerra grabs the rebound. So while the Tigers have been excellent at the free throw line, Belen has had their struggles. Vigil at the midcourt line almost got trapped, and then a bad pass from Smith is stolen away by the Eagles. Cisneros bounce pass, and they try to give it back to him. Ball goes out of bounds. Eagles won too many passes there, but they keep the possession. Both Chav and Cisneros were trying to go back and forth. Credit to Davion Smith there, as he played 2-on-1 or 1-on-2 defense really well there. 10 seconds remaining, and a 15-point lead for the Tigers. Baseline left entry for Belen. Holding it over his head is Bland. Bland will get it off to Willis. Left wing three on the way. That's no good. Tip and attempt by Madrid, no good. Mullen grabs the rebound. 5 seconds. Tigers have time here. 3 seconds. Crossford pass to Spencer. Spencer to the basket. Lays it up and in before the buzzer. What great composure passing off of the rebound for the Tigers. And Alamogordo gets the lay-in going coast to coast. And it's a 47-30 lead as we go to the fourth quarter. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ESPN Alamogordo.
Vision Ford Lincoln is proud to be a supporter of the Alamogordo Tigers. From the classroom to the playing field, we're behind the youth of our community. Check out our amazing deals right now on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Or take a test drive in a brand new Ford Mustang. Stop in today and let our friendly sales team help find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands Boulevard. Yes, we can. And go Tigers!
Slow internet again? signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service, it's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Tigers leading 47-30 and have the basketball to begin the fourth quarter of play. Impressive fourth quarter. The Tigers extend their lead. Cross-court pass. Gilbert, Spencer, and then it's a cutting. Davion Smith for the lay-in, and the Tigers lead is out to 19. Tigers force another turnover. Cisneros had it tipped by Gilbert, and then a foul going to be called on Harlan Gilbert, and Cisneros tried to bring it into the front court. I don't know where the contact was there. I thought Harlan did a pretty good job of playing defense, but I guess they say that he caught him on the arm. And Harlan picks up his fourth on that play. Not great there for the Tigers to have Harlan pick up his fourth with 7:39 to go in the fourth, but Tigers have good ball handlers across the board. They don't necessarily need Harlan running the point. Cisneros will miss the front end of the 1-and-1. And I believe the Eagles have missed the front ends of 1-and-1s in this second half. Herrera, well, looked like he got hit as he tried to pass away to Bernal. Bernal picks up his dribble, gives it off to Mullen. Mullen, little floater from in the lane, no good. Boy, it looked like Spencer got pushed off the rebound opportunity. And a tie-up underneath. And it'll be a tie-up, and the possession arrow giving it to Belen. So 7:24 to go in the fourth quarter. And sometimes with Clavon, Clavon's very good at drawing the contact, if you know what I mean. So sometimes a little extra embellishment there. He gets the call sometimes, so that may have been a little extra than the contact was. But he does a great job, especially on charges. Just him and Adrian, very good at that. Top of the key three for Belen on the way. It's good. The three good from Layson Bland. Cuts the Tiger lead to 16, 49-33. Ball in the corner to Smith. He'll get it back out top to Bernal. And a lot of double teaming here as Mullen will find Davion Smith cutting along the baseline for the easy lay-in as the Tigers are able to break down the pressure. Cisneros just able to get it. McNabb probably in front of the 5-second call. McNabb picks up his dribble in the backcourt, gives it off to Cisneros. Cisneros works to the baseline. Pull-up jump shot is good. Boy, pretty shot from John Cisneros, who now has 10. That one from about 16 feet out. Just a straight pull-up shot, and looks like Cisneros, yeah, he's got an issue with his left knee. He already had... So he already has some tape or some kind of sleeve on that left knee. He'll come out of the game and is trying to walk it off. Maybe just needs a couple of minutes to gather himself and get back into the game. Tigers, meanwhile, have the basketball with 6:15 to go in the fourth. Getting out of a double team is Herrera. Jump shot on the way from Mullen, and that's pure from about 15 feet out. Scott Mullen now with 7 points. Driving the lane, McNabb, dish, shot no good inside, blocked by Smith inside on Jaquez, and it's going to go out of bounds last off of Belen as a strong battle underneath the basket for the ball, and the Tigers are going to come out winners on that with an 18-point lead, 53-35, 5:55 to go in the game. Mullen will inbound to Bernal. And over to the far side, gives it to Herrera. Tigers working in the backcourt. Ball got away from Bernal. He's going to try to bring it up the near sideline. Then a tough pass, stolen away, and a lay-in up in Layson Bland. And the back pass forced Bernal to have to try to rush it. Herrera's going to get it to Smith, and Smith And then a foul going to be called on Herrera and on McNabb. Adrian is going to foul out. And the Tigers, are they going to give the ball to Belen, or are they going to give it to the Tigers? Now, they haven't made a decision yet. And they're going to give the ball to Belen. Now the Tiger fans unhappy with it. They're going to. The whistle came right about as a Belen player was stealing the basketball away. And it'll give the ball to Belen. I think that's the fair call. Belen would have the possession if the whistle wasn't blown. Inbounds goes to McNabb here. McNabb is double teamed, trying to dribble his way out of it. And then a timeout going to be called by Belen. 5:24 to go in the fourth. The Tigers up by 16, 53-30. And it'll be Belen basketball out of the timeout. It is a full timeout on the floor, so we'll take a break as well. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ESPN Alamogordo.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
When you think of all the things water wets, how clean your water is as important as it gets. A Culligan water system can help filter stuff out. So cleaner Culligan water's what comes out the spout. Into the pots you boil peas in, the teacup you're teasing, the lemonade you homemade when it's homemade lemonade season, the soup you serve guests, the bowls for your pets, and all the other wonderful things water wets. You could give your people Culligan water.
Softener starting at $7.95 plus tax installed on pre-plumbed homes. Shaw Quality Water Culligan. Call 437-6500.
Grayson Geddes stole away the inbounds, got it to Yvonne Bernal. Bernal lost the handle on the basketball, and it'll go out of bounds and back over to Belen. 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. It's the Tigers 53, the 37. As Alamogordo tries to hold on to a lead they've had the entire second half in the majority of this game. It was early on in the first quarter last time the Eagles had a lead, but still a lot of time left if Belen can get on a run. They've been the better shooting three-point team, so if they start knocking down a few of those. Inbounds goes to Cisneros, who's back on the floor after looked like doing something to his knee. McNabb pull-up jump shot, no, a nice pass, and then shorting it is Jaquez. He shorted it again, gets another opportunity, and this time he'll be fouled. As Brody Jaquez had two in-close shots and basically threw it off the bottom of the rim twice, but was able to battle for the rebound and draw the contact. It was a great pass from McNabb as he stopped at the free throw like he was going to pull up and take a shot. Tigers converged and left Jaquez open, but Jaquez unable to get either of the lay-ins. And he'll make the first free throw. Madrid comes out, and Chavez comes in for Belen. Tigers have Smith, Guetta, Bernal, Spencer, and Mullen on the floor. Tigers have three guys with 4 fouls at the moment. Gilbert and Herrera. Actually, Herrera now has 5. He's out of the game. So Gilbert and Marquez. Bernal gives it off to Guetta. Cross-court pass is Smith. Boy, a lot of contact as Smith tried to get to the ball, but not a great pass to begin with for the Tigers. And Alamogordo's got to be smarter with Hunter Will. That's what Belen's looking for, but Bernal's going to steal it away from McNabb. Bernal trying to split a couple of defenders. Now it's going to be just a dog pile for the basketball at the near lane line. as Bernal had tried to split a couple of defenders, had it knocked away, and then it was just bodies flying everywhere. Smith will come out, Marquez will come in, so Marquez with 4 on the floor. And with his style defensively, he's got to be very careful to not pick up a foul. He's aggressive. Maybe at this point in the game with 4:48 to go, you try not to be as aggressive. I think they're checking the floor for moisture. And it looks like we're good. Had 4 or 5 players down the floor. Smart move by the officials. Bernal to inbound baseline left. Gets it to Marquez. Out top to Guerra. Bernal. Boy, he almost didn't even see that pass, but was able to reel it in the corner. An anticipatory pass from Guerra. In the corner, Spencer. Bernal right wing. Man-to-man defense. Mullen gives it off to Bernal. Now to Guerra. Corner. Now outside Spencer. Cross-court pass Marquez. Gabe's got an open look at 3. He hits it. Big 3 for the Tigers as Marquez pushes it back out to a 56-39 lead. Cross-court pass bringing it in the front court. Driving, layup attempt, and lots of contact and no foul call. The lay-in good from Bland. The Tigers losing into the front court, and then a foul going to be called on Gabriel Marquez. And Harlan Gilbert with 4 is going to come into the game. So 2 Tigers that have fouled out. Alamo up by 15, but a little loose with the basketball. We still have half of this fourth quarter to go. And Cisneros will go to the line here. It's double bonus the rest of the way for the Eagles. And Cisneros just having a real tough time tonight, 0-5. He does have 10 points. And that's where I think Belen's going to look at this game and say free throws. It's been that different. They're going to call a foul on Belen on the rebounds and a 1-and-1 for Yvonne Bernal on the other side. And I think they were looking for a player control foul there, but it's a battle for the rebound. That's, it's a loose ball foul. And still a discussion going on with the official and the Belen coach. So 1-and-1 here for Yvonne Bernal. And he makes another one. 17 points for Bernal. And Bernal makes both. 10 points for Yvonne Bernal. And the Tigers' lead is 17, 58-41, and we're past the halfway mark here this fourth quarter. Coming across midcourt with it is Cisneros. Ball goes to the corner, Madrid. Madrid's had a nice game. He drives baseline. Madrid all the way to the basket, and they call a blocking foul. Guerra, I thought he got there before he went into the shooting motion. So Madrid is going to end up getting a chance at a three-point play. And obviously had to be the call because Guerra got to the spot and was standing still, but if the player is already into their shooting motion and you try to slide underneath them, they're going to call that block all day long. Harlan Gilbert to bring in the front court for the Tigers off the missed free throw from Madrid. Gilbert, some nice crossover moves at the top of the key, but McNabb sticking with him. Tigers are trying to draw some time here and driving the basket, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Spencer. That's the exact same call on the other side. That is terrible. That is no different than what just happened on the other end. Spencer did a great job at driving the basket, and he was into a shooting motion, and the Belen player slid underneath him, exactly the same as the Tiger player did on the other side. It's the hardest call to make, I know, for officials, but there was no difference between the one on one end and the other. The shot three, no good for Belen. Rebound being battled for, it goes out of bounds, and they'll say last off the Tigers. Tigers still with a 15-point lead as Kaler comes in. But I'm going to be honest, I don't see the difference between the call on this end and the call on the other end that the Tigers did get. They get called for charge one end, and Belen gets the three-point play opportunity on the other side. Pass into the lane, and Cisneros, they're going to count the bucket as he caught it in the lane, got contacted, just kind of threw it up. He'll get the 2 points. And Cisneros with a long finish off a three-point play. 58-45 now, 3:04 to go in the fourth. Cisneros, again, unable to cash in from the free throw line. And the Tigers will bring it in the front court. Now it's still in the back court. Thought it looked like we were going to double team for a second. Gilbert paused. Now brings it across the timeline. Gilbert kicks it out to the corner. Mullen kind of had to gather the basketball in. If he catches that cleanly, he's got an open look at three. Top of the key, Guetta. Guetta kicks it back out to Kaler. Kaler drives the free throw line. Kaler drives the lane all the way to the basket, lays it in. Grayson Kaler. And the Tigers' lead is back out to 15. 2:30 to go in the fourth. And I think if you're a Tiger fan, you can breathe a little bit easier here. Alamo has done a great job of answering every time Belen's gotten a little bit of momentum. Cisneros drives all the way to the basket and lays it up and in, as he was able to get past Guetta. Gilbert in the backcourt. Gilbert double teamed, able to give it to Bernal, up ahead to Kaler. Kaler going to fire up a three. Kaler misses. Mullen battling for the rebound, able to tip it to Guetta. Guetta tries to go up the shot, had it stripped away, still in the lane, kicks it back out, and the Tigers will slow it down. 1:55 to go in the fourth, and a smart move by Bernal, and they'll come out and try to double team him. Bernal looking to give it to Mullen, and it's stolen away. Madrid the other way. Madrid goes up with the shot, and no good. Bernal grabs the rebound, and they're going to clear a foul on Belen, as McNabb had a hold of Bernal's arm on the rebound, and Bernal will go back to the free throw line. 1:44 to go, fourth quarter. The Tigers up by 13 and trying to close this one out for their first win of the season in their opening game of the season. And looking pretty good at this point. Yvonne Bernal has had a great game. He can hit both these free throws. He'll get to 20 points. Tigers have also done it with a couple of guys fouling out, Marquez and Herrera. Bernal hits the first, front into the 1-and-1. One of the officials coming in and talking to Madrid. The Alamogordo girls just went final, 61-23. And Bernal, just missed it. I hadn't mentioned it all in the second half. The Tigers had gone perfect from the line this entire game. Inside, Jaquez is going to get a lane on the other side. And then a timeout called by the Eagles right away off of the made bucket. It'll be a full timeout on the floor. So congrats the Lady Tigers on getting a win tonight. And maybe we'll have some stats for you. I'll have to shoot a text to Coach Vigil and see if we can get that for you guys. Both teams talking things over. It's a 30-second timeout. 12-point game. Crazier things happen. Tigers just got to be smart with the basketball and got to feel pretty good if you're going to the free throw line if you're Alamo. Bernal had gone 11 of 11 before he missed that last one. Tigers 20-25 from the free throw line in this game. That is the difference. And then you look at Belen. I think 9 of 17. Doesn't make up the entire difference, but if the Tigers don't have as good of a night, Tigers inbound. Bernal gets it to Gilbert. Full court press here from Belen. Guetta dribbling up the far sideline, gives it back to Gilbert. Long pass up ahead to Kaler. Gets it to Guetta. Guetta over the far sideline, continues to dribble with it, just man-to-man defense. Guetta will give it off to Kaler. Kaler holds it, gives it to Bernal. Bernal still with the dribble. They team him, gives it off to Gilbert. Gilbert gives it off to Guetta. Guetta dribbles once, puts it up, a little hesitation, but he's able to get the ball back. Got it away from the Belen rebounder, and the Tigers are going to hold on to it here with 52 seconds left. Gilbert able to get away from his defender, was close to a 5-second, closely guarded. 40 seconds left. Give it over to Bernal. Cross-court pass Kaler. Now Gilbert back to Bernal, and then Bernal threw it away, was looking for, thought was going to have Mullen underneath the basket, but 30 seconds left. Not a huge issue there for the Tigers as Clavon Spencer will come in and Grayson Kaler will come out. And so a wet spot on the floor that former Tiger and current freshman coach Jarek Manning will go out there and help out with. I guess I say former Tiger basketball player, always a Tiger. And Jarek gets a nice round of applause from the Tiger fans for taking care of that. Gilbert will guard the inbounds. McNabb gets it off to Cisneros. And no huge hurry here from the Eagles. Big thing for the Tigers here not to put the Eagles at the free throw line, just let them try to run the plays that they want to. Cisneros, cross-court pass the corner thrown away. Too high and too hard for Madrid. And Kaler will come in. Spencer will head to the bench. 18 seconds left, and Eagles are going to continue to put pressure on the Tigers. Inbounds goes to Guetta, then he gives it to Gilbert. Now Bernal, back to Harlan. Harlan able to work his way into the front court. Harlan still with it. Gives it off to Guetta, ball near midcourt. 4 seconds left. Give it to Bernal. Bernal able to dribble it out. And that'll do it. The Tigers winners, 61-49. And an impressive effort tonight. Belen kept trying to make inroads on that Tiger lead. Were never able to do it. Alamo pushed that lead almost out to 20 for the game, but just credit to the Tigers on not letting Belen go on any big runs in this game. And the Tigers are able to come away with the victory. 61-49 your final score. We'll come back and wrap this one up from the Eagle Nest. You're listening to Tiger Basketball.
Fall is here and winter is creeping up on us fast. This is Brandon with Desert Sun Toyota, and the prices are falling on all new 2019s in stock. I invite you down to Desert Sun Toyota today. Take advantage of some of the biggest savings of the year, like the new 2019 Camrys with $2,500 cash back, or the new 2019 4Runners with $1,250 cash back, or payments as low as $349 a month. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, come see why Toyota is ranked #1 in retail sales in the U.S. Desert Sun Toyota's Used Car Supercenter is expanding with our new value-priced vehicle lineup, like a 2010 Buick Enclave SUV priced at only $7,400. If you're in the market for a truck, SUV, or car, Desert Sun Toyota has what you're looking for. Our staff is here with experience, knowledge, and the best customer service to make your vehicle purchase the best. Come see why Desert Sun is voted #1 auto dealer in Otero County year after year. Visit us at DesertSunToyota.com or 3333 North White Sands Boulevard.
The Winner's Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winner's Circle, a family-owned business. continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle. Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. OFCU is bringing you 7 lucky days of Christmas. Starting December 7th, for 7 days, rates as low as 7% APR. Need some extra Christmas cash or simply consolidate debt? Come in and win with OFCU's Lucky Rates. Consolidation valid for non-OFCU loans only and will be closed in. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. OFCU, 1-800-376-9000. Vision Ford Lincoln is proud to be a supporter of the Alamogordo Tigers. From the classroom to the playing field, we're behind the youth of our community. Check out our amazing deals right now on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Or take a test drive in a brand new Ford Mustang. Stop in today and let our friendly sales team help find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands Boulevard. Yes, we can. And go Tigers!
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. The Tigers get the win, 61-49, your final score here over the Belen Eagles, and 1-0 on the season for the Tigers. They'll get Goddard coming up on Tuesday in the Tiger Pit. Should mention that they're going to be dedicating the Tiger Pit to Mr. Johnson, Lawrence E. Johnson, coming up on Tuesday, so we hope to see a lot of you out there. But, of course, for the home opener as well, we hope to see a lot of you out there. Leading scorers for the Tigers, Yvonne Bernal had 19, 11 of 12 at the charity stripe. Tigers went 24-25 from the line in this game. Very impressive for this basketball team. 9 points for Grayson Kaler, 7 points for Harlan Gilbert and Scott Mullen. 6 points for Davion Smith, 5 points for Gabriel Marquez, 2 points for Grayson Guetta, and for Adrian Herrera for the Tigers. But overall, defense played really well. Tigers shot an excellent clip from the free line. That probably has had more to do than anything with the way the Tigers played tonight and helping them get the win. And also, Belen had a tough time at the free throw line as well. It was kind of a chippy, scrappy kind of game. A lot of diving for the ball on the floor, lots of fouls. I mean, so it was one of those that, the best you could keep your composure and come away with it and deal with pressure and contact and handle those kind of things. You were going to be able to come out with a victory. And not to say that Belen didn't do a good job of that. I think, again, for Belen, the free throw line is where you look at that game tonight. There are missed opportunities there at the stripe in tonight's matchup. But overall, I think if you're Tigers and Coach Voigt, you're pretty happy with tonight. I'm sure there's some things that he wants to see cleaned up. Overall, to start off the season with a win is a great beginning to the year, and you play 4 games next week, so you're off to the races very quickly with a lot of games in a short amount of time. So we'll see what the Tigers are able to do there. Meanwhile, the Alamogordo Lady Tigers were winners tonight. Final score was 61-23. As they beat Belen, and the Lady Tigers are 2-0 on the season. So congrats to the Alamogordo girls for the win tonight, and 2 strong wins this week, beating Valencia on Tuesday and getting the win over Belen tonight. And they've got a busy week next week, too. They've got 4 games. They'll play on Tuesday, and then they'll head over to the Gallup tournament. Pretty busy week for them. All righty, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be with us over on the Alamogordo YouTube channel, if you've been with us on 103.7 FM tonight. And we're going to send you in progress to LSU and Texas A&M. They started just about an hour ago, so we'll get you the completion of that game here on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. But you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday nights. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you from the Tiger Pit on Tuesday as the Tigers take on the Rockets. So long.